欢迎光临，这边是您的座位。这或许有些突然，但今天的用餐其实是受一位陈先生之托特别为您安排的。他因有事无法亲自前来，但他会通过朱珊的平板与您联系，请您随时留意他发来的消息。现在，请允许我为您送上今天的开胃饮——鹰露，主要成分是葡萄和水，请慢用。
I'm an old man, and I've always had a bad temper. I love drinking, been like that since I was young. I live pretty close to my son's house, but we don't have a good relationship. We argue a lot, and when I get worked up, I say things I shouldn't. My daughter-in-law can't stand me either, but my granddaughter? She's different. She likes me and often comes over to hang out with me. That day, it all happened. My granddaughter got out of school early, and instead of going home, she came straight to my place. She asked me to take her to the woods behind the house. By then, I'd already had a few drinks, wasn't thinking clearly, and I agreed without much thought. We headed into the woods, and she was jumping around, playing next to me. I was feeling a little lightheaded, not really paying attention. By the time I realized, she was gone. I started looking for her, and suddenly I heard a loud crash. I ran toward the sound, and there she was, lying under a tree, not moving. She must have fallen while climbing, from pretty high up, and landed headfirst. There was a lot of blood. I panicked. I froze, completely overwhelmed. The only thing in my head was, she's gone. She's dead. And if her parents found out, what would they think of me? I was terrified, scared of the consequences, scared of the blame. My mind was a mess, and I made a decision that I regret for the rest of my life. I buried her. Right there, under that big tree, covering up her body and the blood. I thought that way, no one would find her. I went home, trying to act normal, like nothing happened. Later, when my son and daughter-in-law realized she hadn't come home, they got worried and came asking me. I lied and said I didn't know. They searched everywhere, even got me involved, and I had to pretend like I was helping them look for her, but inside, I felt like my heart was being torn apart. Eventually, they called the police. Everyone searched for her, but no one found anything. They've never known if she's alive or dead, but I know. I'm the one who took her from them. I've kept up the lie, acting like I know nothing, but the fear and regret have been eating me alive every single day.
您好，现在为您上第一道料理，名字是林中土。它的顶部是巧克力曲奇的碎屑，下层是香草海绵蛋糕，中间藏有一颗特殊形状的软糖，是可以食用的。您可以搭配开胃饮来享用这道料理，请慢用。
Life had to go on. That guilt's been weighing on me ever since. From that day forward, I made up my mind to quit drinking and stopped picking fights with my son and daughter-in-law. I started treating them better. I guess I felt like I owed them something, and this was my way of making up for it. Later on, they had another child, a little boy. When he was born, I volunteered to help take care of him. Maybe I was trying to atone for what I'd done. I put all my effort into looking after him, didn't matter how tired I was, I never complained. Little by little, the mood in the house got better. We started having meals together, chatting, and just enjoying each other's company. Recently, they even threw me a birthday party. I could tell my grandson, son, and daughter-in-law were all genuinely happy. As I looked at my family, I felt a bit of relief. Even though the past still haunts me, at least now things are okay, and I'm doing everything I can to make it right.
您好，现在为您上第二道料理，名字是生日蛋糕。搭配这道料理的是一杯苦味的白茶。这道料理共分为2个部分，分别是1把黑芝麻糊以及一个棉花糖制作成的蛋糕。您的右手边是一碗自制黑芝麻糊，由黑芝麻粉、糯米粉、玉米淀粉制作而成。黑芝麻糊是一种传统的中国甜品，人们相信它有延年益寿的功效。待会我会把棉花糖蛋糕浸泡在黑芝麻糊之中，它会为黑芝麻糊增加甜度。您可以等待蛋糕完全融化再享用，也可以在过程中用小部分蛋糕蘸着黑芝麻糊享用。现在我要把蛋糕放进黑芝麻糊中了。
I'm getting older, and my body's starting to give out. Eventually, I ended up in the hospital. My son, daughter-in-law, and grandson visit me often and keep me company, so I don't feel too lonely. Even my relatives and friends heard I was in the hospital and called to check on me. One day, I got a call from a relative, and as we were talking, out of nowhere, he brought up that incident from all those years ago.
I remember helping you guys search for your granddaughter back then. We looked everywhere around the area, even went into the woods near your house. I still remember this one moment really clearly. When I got near the biggest tree in the woods, I suddenly heard this faint sound, like a kid's voice. I stopped and looked around. The sound seemed super close, but no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find where it was coming from. It was really quiet, kind of came and went, like I'd hear it for a second, and then it'd be gone. When I tried to listen more, it just disappeared completely. I figured I was just hearing things. When you're that stressed, it's easy to imagine stuff. But thinking about it now, it was actually kinda weird.
After that phone call, it felt like I got punched in the gut. My granddaughter hadn't died after all. I had always thought she was gone, and that's why I made that terrible decision. But in reality, I was the one who buried her alive, cutting off any chance she had. I can't believe I made such a horrible mistake. At that moment, regret and grief overwhelmed me, crushing me so hard I could barely breathe. The shock made my condition worse, and the doctors told me I didn't have much time left. But now, I'm torn. Should I tell my son and daughter-in-law the truth? I don't know how they cope with it, and honestly, I'm too ashamed to face them myself. I know I don't have long, and I came up with an idea. I decided to upload my memories to the cloud. I don't have the courage to tell them or make this decision, so I thought I'd invite a stranger to dinner and share my memories with them. I'm hoping they can make this decision for me, help me let go, and figure out an answer. And you are the stranger I found.
您好，这是第3道，也是最后一道料理，名字是病号色凝色的套餐。这是一份点心拼盘，由咖啡奶酪蛋糕、纳里肉三明治、柠檬酸奶塔和香草茶姬蜜桃组成。搭配的特饮名字是眼泪，是一杯咸柠檬苏打水。这些点心分别对应酸甜苦辣，而饮料对应咸，展现经典的5味，体现人生百味之意。请慢用。客人，这些是陈先生留给您的物品。陈先生吩咐我们，等您吃完最后一道料理，就把这些交给您。您可以坐在这儿慢慢查看，我会在外面等候。等您准备好，请告诉我，我会进来带您出去。